Hello everyone, it is Thursday, and that means it's time for one of my weekly draft videos. I post 2 a week. I guess it's not just weekly anymore, it's bi-weekly or whatever. And we're doing some more Iconic Masters, and this was originally going to be the last Iconic Masters draft, but between Twitter and comments on my other Iconic Masters draft videos, more people want to see more Iconic Masters, so I'll be doing 2 more next week, but then that'll be it because it'll be off of Magic Online, unfortunately. Then we'll do some Ixalan, probably waiting for Rivals of Ixalan to come out. I may do a few wackier drafts. I still want to build decks around like favorable wins and stuff in Limited, which, it's hard to do in that format unless you force it really hard, and that's probably what I'll do. But anyway, for now, we're doing Iconic Masters, and I'll see you guys when this draft fires. Okay. Well, I think we probably just take Lotus Cobra. It's a source of fixing, which is few and far between in this format, and it's a source of ramp, and that seems pretty great. Draconic Roar is a nice removal spell, but not like a premium. Wall of Roots is also a pretty nice little ramp spell. Corpse Jack Menace and Azorius Charm are both great, but you have to end up in those color combinations. Lotus Cobra is going to be good in any green deck we play, and it'll allow us to take cards we wouldn't otherwise be able to because of the fixing it provides us. Also worth noting that it'll be especially good with Evolving Wilds and with the bounce lands, because of landfall in general is good with those. But yeah, that's what we're going to take. Is that Boilerworks, by the way, also worth looking at. All of these bounce lands are great, but we're going to take Lotus Cobra in the end. Just take our rare right out of the pack. Okay. Reeve's Soul is a nice removal spell. Bloodghast isn't that great in Limited. It's very good in Constructed, but not so great in Limited. Pillar of Flame isn't bad either, but I think I like Blinding Mage a little bit more. I think I like it more than Pillar of Flame. I mean, it's close. This is an okay mana rock. Best if you're in the Dragon deck, but it's not an excellent one or anything. We're going to take Blinding Mage here. No green cards in this pack worth taking, really. I mean, Praise Vengeance is playable, certainly, but not what you want to be taking that early. There's an Abyssal Persecutor, which is a pretty hilarious card if you can end up in a deck that has a way of just killing it or bouncing it with, like, Repeal, for example. You can just, like, beat your opponent to death with it and then just all of a sudden, turn around, kill your Persecutor, and now the fact that they're at -8 life, it matters, even though it didn't earlier. So this pack has Wall of Roots, Timberland Guide, and Topin Freeblade, all of which are pretty good. We've already got a little bit of a ramp thing going on. So the question is whether we want to take another ramp card or the very good 2-drop. I think that's basically what it comes down to here. I think I like the very good 2-drop a little better. Freeblade just great. It also works with +1/+1 counters, which is a thing going on in this color pair. Okay, we have another Blinding Mage. There's also a Roshin Meanderer, which is just a good stats coupled with a nice activated ability that's sometimes relevant. But I think I'm taking another Blinding Mage. I just like that card too much. It's always a good card, Master Decoy. Okay, so here we can take a Timberland Guide. This color pair likes +1/+1 counters. There's also a Vent Sentinel, which isn't bad, but you have to end up in a deck with a bunch of defenders. Taking some green cards now is probably not a bad idea, since we've kind of not been taking any since our Cobra, and Timberland Guide's a good one. These two are both fine as well, so green looks pretty open to me, but we'll take the Timberland Guide. We're going to have all 2-drops in this deck. That's the goal. But so far we have 2 cards that make counters. We don't have any payoffs for it yet. There's a payoff for them. But the question is, would I rather have Timberland Guide number 2 or Crowned Ceratok, who will give trample to people with +1/+1 counters? I kind of think I want another Timberland Guide a little more. It's just such a good way to start a game. Ceratok is nice, but I bet it'll wheel. In a lot of situations, we're going to see more of those. I don't think we'll see that many more Timberland Guides. Again, these 2 cards are both playable too, but we're aiming for synergy here. Okay, here's an Nantuko Shaman. We probably just take that now. We have a little bit of ramp with Lotus Cobra already, but I still don't think that means we want Duskdale Worm. If we picked up more, then maybe, but we'll take the Nantuko Shaman here. We have some good 2-drops, that's for sure. Okay, Golgari Rot Farm is nice. It's kind of surprising to see this late. It makes it easier for us to splash. There's also a Stalwart Aven, But I think opening up the opportunity to splash, plus just how good these lands on their own, is going to be worth taking it over Stalwart Haven. These, I mean, I'm sure you've heard me say it if you watched my other video, they basically give you card advantage because it produces 2 mana with 1 card, 1 land, and that doesn't happen. It slows you down a little bit, and if you have too many, it can be bad, but the end result is a bunch of card advantage. This isn't a fast format anyway, so we're going to go ahead and take the Rot Farm over the Aven here. Okay, I think now we take a Wall of Roots. It's kind of crazy it came all the way back. So now we have a couple pieces for ramping, and that's something to keep in mind. Here's that Combat Trick, that's fine. There's also Moonglove Extract, which is fine. But I guess the Combat Trick probably has a better chance of making our deck. Is this Moonglove Extract? I always said Moonglove, but I just realized that's probably wrong. Survival Cache isn't bad. I mean, Repeal is definitely the best card here. Hunting Pack is not so good. I guess I'm going to take a Survival Cache. I kind of doubt it makes our deck, but who knows. Okay, another Praise Vengeance. Some black cards, but none we really desperately want. I'll take another Praise Vengeance here. I will take another Nantuko Shaman and feel just fine about it. And now I think I'll take a Netcaster, even though this one's foil, but Netcaster, is going to be good against flying decks in a way that the Shaman's not. I do like the Shaman. Like, if you I've ended up frequently enough in this format with my opponent not pressuring me, like, at all on turn 4, and I can just suspend this and then get the card out of it and then do other stuff on my own turn. And it can attack that turn, too, which is nice. So, ideally, I probably won't be playing Praise Vengeance. I wouldn't hate playing 1. I mean, our deck is a creature-heavy aggro deck, basically, at this point. Wall of Roots notwithstanding. We can, if we see black cards, we can splash them pretty easily already, thanks to Lotus Cobra and Golgari Rot Farm. So that's something to keep in mind. I think we probably want Abzan Falconer. Giving all our +1/+1 counter guys flying is great. We've already got several +1/+1 counters, and we're going to get more of them. Ivy Elemental is not bad in this deck either, but Abzan Falconer is definitely better. There's no premium removal in this pack. I mean, Heat Ray, I guess, is the closest thing. I just think Abzan Falconer is probably just the best card in this pack. Sarah Senate can be good, but you really have to get there on life gain. So I am happy to take it. Probably not playing Survival Cache. If we end up with the life gainy Outlast guy, what is his name? Abzan Monk or something? He's a monk, but I can't remember what his name is. There's a Vizkopa Guildmage, which is cool. Something we could try to splash, but we probably shouldn't because we're never going to be able to play it on turn 2, and our deck doesn't have a lot of life gain. So, no thanks. Jin Gitaxias is cool. We don't have that kind of ramp. If I picked up 2 Thran Dynamos in that first pack, I would start doing some crazy stuff, like taking Jin Gitaxias here. Probably just another Timberland Guide. Not exciting, but a perfectly serviceable card. Throwkill Assassin's not bad either, but I don't think we're going to be a black, green +1/+1 counter deck. Green-white seems plenty open, and Timberland Guide is good in all of them anyway. Okay, there's an Ivy Elemental. There's also a Seeker of the Way. Oh, there's an Abzan Battle Priest. That's who I was talking about. Yeah, we just take him. Another big payoff for +1/+1 counters. Seeker of the Way is nice too, but so far we have no non-creature spells, which will hopefully change, but we're going to take the Battle Priest now. Well, Horizon Canopy is a very, very good land. This is because it can cash itself in later for a card, and it gives us fixing. Carven Caryatid is nice, but I don't think we want it in a deck that wants our creatures with +1/+1 counters on them to be able to attack. So I'm just going to take Horizon Canopy here, which, if this weren't a Phantom Draft, probably wouldn't be here because it's worth so much, but we will take it. Okay, well, I guess we're going to take a Sustainer of the Realm. Seems like our colors are getting cut a little harder right now than they have been so far. But Sustainer's fine. It's not exciting. We definitely want more +1/+1 counter stuff. At this point, we have 6 cards that care about them or have them. Well, now I wish I'd taken that Roshin Meanderer. Okay, so the question is here, do we just want another Blinding Mage who's great, who's sort of a removal spell in our deck that currently has no actual removal? Or do we want Ivy Elemental, who can just be huge and gain lifelink and flying in the right scenario, and that's pretty good. But I'm kind of leaning towards just taking another Blinding Mage. I like the Ivy Elemental, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely better in a ramp-heavy deck, and that's not really what we are. We've got a bit of ramp, which is nice, but I feel like Blinding Mage is just better in, like, most decks, then that will be. Here's an Orzhov Basilica. I mean, if we had something black that we actually wanted to splash, I would take it. But we haven't picked it up yet, and we already have the fixing for that. We could still think about it because, again, those lands are so good. There's a Seeker of the Way and a Wing Shards, both of which are fine. There's also another Evolving Wilds. I might just take the Wilds over the Basilica. It provides us fixing going down the road too. We already have tons of 2-drops, and this one's not going to be great in our deck. Wild Size is an okay trick. Wing Shards is an okay removal spell, but it's not great. It's hard to set up situations where you really get your opponent with it. It can happen, but it's not easy. Why aren't we the life gain deck? So do we want another Netcaster, another Nantuko Shaman is what we're looking at here. Probably another Netcaster. 2 and 2. Seems good. Seems fine anyway. Maybe good's an exaggeration. Okay, we have a Pentarch Ward, which is pretty nice. There's also a decent trick. Benevolent Ancestors, nothing special. Serra Ascendant. Now, we have 3 cards that can move around +1/+1 counters, and that makes it a little better than it would normally be. I think I'm going to take it. See if we can get some use out of it. Here we'll take Guard Duty. I don't really like mainboarding it in an aggro deck, but it's not a bad card. Nature's Claim is a good sideboard card, and that's what we'll take here. Rotfeast or Maggot, not the kind of black card we're looking to splash. Another Guard Duty. Is also Guided Strike. This time I think I take the Strike. I would probably still run Prey's Vengeance over it. I mean, Rebound, is pretty good. I'll take another Guided Strike. All those, we have a bunch of tricks should we decide to run them. I probably will not run the Rot Farm if I don't splash black. Next time we see an Ivy Elemental, we probably want to take it, by the way. We have enough going on that's probably worth it. Marek Nightblade. Now that might be worth splashing. Probably is. We've already got a bunch of +1/+1 counters. He helps us have another synergy for that while also producing +1/+1 counters on himself. Crown Ceratok is fine, but I think getting another payoff that actually makes the counters is probably a little better than taking another card that's just a payoff. There's another Basilica, which now I kind of wish we'd taken because we're going to take this Marek Nightblade. But, yeah, if we see some more Crown Ceratoks, we definitely want them. There's another Abzan Battle Priest. I think that's just what we take. Yeah, we take that all day. These Outlast cards are great because they both make counters and they're payoffs. Okay, here we're going to take Chronicler of Heroes. It's our big payoff, gold payoff card. Basically, we'll draw us a card the majority of the time, the way our deck's looking. Stalwart Haven, we would love to get as well. I also wouldn't mind like this wheeling for my sideboard or even another Nantuko Shaman, though if we get enough +1/+1 counter things going on, we're going to start cutting the things that don't help us with them, and obviously that's not a card that does. So Grove of the Burn Willows if we want to splash something else. Do we want another Timberland Guide or a Stalwart Haven? So once you get all of these crazy guys, I think Timberland Guide gets better, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that grant a keyword ability. And the reason it's better is because you can suddenly just put a counter on like your Netcaster Spider and it gains 1 or 2 keyword abilities. Whereas Stalwart Haven doesn't have a keyword ability unless it renowns. So if you play it and you have these guys in play, it may never actually gain the keyword ability. So I'm actually considering not taking the Haven is what I'm saying. And taking yet another Timberland Guide here. Is that correct? I don't know. I like them both. We'll take the Haven. It's another evasive creature. It's like the only one we have that doesn't need Abzan Falconer in play. It's close, though. I think that was a close pick. Oh, my. We have another Abzan Battle Priest, which is insane, obviously. But we also have a Hero's Bane, which is just like the kind of card that runs away with the game. We already have 2 Battle Priests, so I think I am just going to slam this Hero's Bane. It's a lot better if we could find ourselves a Corpse Jack Menace, but it's good anyway. I mean, it has all these +1/+1 counters, and it synergizes well with all... Why are there so many Abzan Battle Priests in this world? Good God. Overgrown Battlement's good, but I don't think we're a real ramp deck in the end. We may not even run Wall of Roots in the end. We are a +1/+1 counter aggro deck for sure. Do we want another Stalwart Haven or a third Abzan Battle Priest? It's close. The Avens are nice because they have evasion even without the help of Abzan Falconer. But the Battle Priest giving everything lifelink, or many things lifelink at least, is very good. What to do? What to do? I'm taking another Battle Priest. Who am I kidding? We also almost have so much life gain that Sanguine Bond could actually be worth it, which is kind of stupid, but I think that's kind of where we're at almost. Not quite. I mean, this is all of our life gain, but it can be a lot. Wild Side is a good trick. Gruul Turf is, maybe we see something we want to splash late, I guess. Because I don't want any of these cards, really. I already have a bunch of random combat tricks if I want to run some. So we'll take a Gruul Turf. Here's a Jotty Offshoot for my sideboard. I will take it. There's that Carven Caryatid. I mean, sure. I don't think, our deck is trying to be so synergistic now. I'm not sure we really want it, but I'll take another Guided Strike. Why not? Okay, another Nantuko Shaman. I'll probably take that over a Jotty Offshoot. Well, maybe I just want a Nature's Claim, huh? Yeah, let's just take a Nature's Claim. We already have one, but two is obviously better. Okay, so our deck does not have much removal. Our Blinding Mage is basically all we have. So we may just need Moon Glove Extract. This is also a good sideboard card, but I think we kind of need just like a random removal spell because our deck doesn't have any of them. So Timberland Guide is our only way of putting counters on things. So and we have 3 of them, but I think we'd cut Serra Ascendant. Good God. Come on down, man. I mean, the thing that's weak about him is he can be played and just get killed like immediately with 2 toughness. But if you're allowed to untap on a... I mean, our deck has so many ways of making +1/+1 counters that it's going to have an impact on the board immediately anyway. But then if I'm allowed to untap, it just starts getting out of control. We're probably not going to run like a random Sustainer of the Realm. I think we want to really try to streamline our deck here as much as we can into +1/+1 counters matter. I mean, we have 6 guys with Outlast. And that's really where all of our +1/+1 counter synergies are. And so we need to cut a few things. I mean, I don't know why I'm doing this because this is literally our only non-creature. We probably don't want Wall of Roots anymore, I guess. I mean, it does let me get to these guys sooner, which I guess I don't hate. Would I rather keep it than a Carven Caryatid? Yeah, probably. We'll cut that random guy who can't attack. So cards that care about or make +1/+1 counters are Topin Freeblade, 3 Timberland Guides, Abzan Falconer, Stalwart Haven, Chronicler of Heroes, Merrick Nightblade, and all the Abzan Battle Priests and Heroes Bane. So we're in pretty good shape, I think. I think we still need to run 17 lands. And I could consider just cutting this and just saying, who needs removal? Maybe bring it in when it'll actually be potent and just our whole deck. I don't know if I've ever drafted a deck where every spell in it is a creature before, but that's kind of what we're looking at here. We'll see how it does. I mean, these guys, luckily, normally it would be a disaster to have no removal, but these are essentially removal. So we sort of have some removal. We got some card draw going on, and we have a lot of... +1/+1 counter payoff. So this deck looks like it's going to be pretty fun to me. Do we run Golgari? Oh, yeah, definitely we do. Because we have Merrick Nightblade. So, duh. All right. So, lands are what we need. And I think we do want to run 17. I mean, we have a lot of 4-drops. I could think about cutting the Sustainer, I guess, and bringing in, like, a random combat trick. Like, Praise Vengeance. In a creature-heavy deck, Praise Vengeance is basically a removal spell. That would lower my curve considerably. And, this isn't an excellent card by any stretch, but neither really are these 4 random cards here. But they do cost less. Yeah, I think I am going to cut the Sustainer and just bring in a single combat trick. Would I rather have Wild Size or Praise Vengeance? I guess I'll take the Vengeance. It's easier to leave mana up for. All right, so we need 1 swamp, and you're aware of that. We already have 8, so that gives us 3 black sources basically for our 1 Merrick Nightblade. We have 10 green sources already, and we have 8 white sources. I think we can probably... Yeah. Well... I know I'm missing a land here, but I'm trying to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should we have more forests or plains is the question. I mean, we have a bunch of 2-drops of both. Yeah, I think I just go with, do go with a forest though. Yeah, in the end. All right, this looks to be our deck. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll see you guys in the first match. Hello everyone, we're going to the first match of an Iconic Masters draft, and I think this hand is pretty good. I do kind of wish I was on the play. You basically always wish that when you have Token Freeblade in your hand, but maybe the Blinding Mages can help us punch through with our Freeblade anyway. Dirkwood Baloth. Okay, well, there's going to be a big creature coming down in several turns. What, isn't it suspend 5? Yeah. Okay, well now we are just going to play our Freeblade and see if we can get in there with it without any help. It's a good chance our opponent can just kill it, but you know, that's okay. They seem to be going slowly enough that they have a way to kill it, deciding whether or not they want to use it. The Baloth is a 5/5, yeah. Luckily, Blinding Mage can shut it down. Of course, we don't have any other way in our deck of shutting things down, so that's what we need. We don't have any removal. We can make our creatures really big after putting several counters on them. Yeah, Draconic Roar. Not a huge surprise there. I think I'd probably play Blinding Mage first, unless I draw something that I really want to ramp into with my Wall of Roots. And we do not. So yeah, we're going to play Blinding Mage. Then we'll play our Battle Priest next turn. We could also play Wall of Roots Blinding Mage number 2, but I think just playing the Battle Priest is going to be better. It's just, it represents a significant threat. Alright, Sultai Flayer. I think we are cool with that. I think maybe I just play the Aven now. Yeah, and then next turn I can play the Priest. It'll have lifelink right away, theoretically. And we can still tap something down with Blinding Mage if we do that. And then next turn we can play the Priest and still tap something down with the Blinding Mage. So that is my plan. It's down to, yeah, it comes into play next turn, so that'll be fun. Flaying twice, huh? So we're gonna tap the one that could attack us this turn. Of course, I was thinking I could give this lifelink right away. I can't because it doesn't already have the counter on it, but that's okay. We'll put a counter on it now. We could also think about playing Chronicler of Heroes, but I think playing the Priest as soon as possible is probably just better. So here comes the Baloth, which I think is just what we have to tap down now. We do have another Blinding Mage who can help us out. We just got to try to gain more life than our opponent can do damage, basically. The Wall of Roots can basically block like the Soul-type Flayers all day. It's not too bad. What are you doing? I don't think I'm gonna like it. Four mana. Soul-type Flayer number 3. These are pretty annoying because if my opponent, right now, if I kill any of these creatures, my opponent gains 8 life. Hunt the Weak. That's not cool. Okay. Well, okay. Fine, I guess. We're gonna tap down the big guy. Do I just want to block with my Battle Priest to kill this Flayer? That doesn't seem like the worst thing ever. I think I'm gonna do it. Done it. Opponent does, of course, gain 8 life. Another Abzan Battle Priest, huh? Okay. I guess that is what I'll play. So the reason I want to play him is because next turn I can outlast him and play the Chronicler to draw a card and still have plenty of mana for Blinding Mage. Too bad these aren't the kind of counters we need. Would be a nice little additional source of value. We're just going to take 3 this time. Yeah. 3 is taken. Oh God. The new creature will have to tap down, obviously. Okay, so we are going to outlast. Then I think we play Chronicler of Heroes. Am I more desperate to get Blinding Mage in play, though? I think maybe I am, because then I can start tapping down 2 things. Yeah. Let's do that. And end our turn. Obviously, this turn I can only tap 1 thing, but that's okay. And I think we just take 8 here, unfortunately. Okay. It's not... I'm pretty happy to see Dragon Egg, I'm not going to lie. Not something scarier. So we're going to play our Chronicler now. Does kind of suck we can't also play something else because... Wait a second. Can I play Wall of Roots and... I think I can. So... No, I'd only be able to tap down 1 creature, though, if I do that. And I don't think that's what we want to do. So I'm going to play Chronicler of Heroes. We're going to draw a card. Timberland Guide. Okay. Well, we're going to be able to give someone else lifelink. Nothing else. But we're just going to end our turn here. I might just trade my Battle Priest for Sultai Flayer at this point. Tap down these 2 scary dudes and do that. That doesn't seem too bad to me. We would both gain 4 life off of it. I feel like we have more gas than our opponent does. So now it does mean if we play Timberland Guide next turn, it's not going to give something lifelink right away. But right now we're just trying to survive until we can finally go on the offensive, basically. So I think I am going to block here, gain some life, let my opponent gain some life. Putting me back to 12 is certainly not a bad thing. All right, so the opponent is having to not do anything now, which is good for us. Kind of thinking about just suspending this shaman. Yeah, I think that is what I'll do. I could play the Battle Priest, and I guess I could start making it big more quickly. Is that better? I kind of feel like right now it doesn't matter. So I'm going to play this while I don't feel so much pressure so that I can just draw a card off of it. So the big problem right now is Dragon Egg. We need to draw our Abzan Falconer so we can fly over it. Otherwise, we're going to have to attack into it and kill it and have to deal with the flyer. We do have Netcaster Spider too. That would be another card that would make me feel better about just attacking into it, but we don't have him right now. We are about to draw an extra card, so that might help. This time they have something else to do. Hey, they're Netcaster Spider. How about that? Okay. So here comes our shaman. Hey, there's our Horizon Canopy, which we probably would just cash in for a card right now. Okay, let's think here. For now, I'm just going to play this land. And I'm going to play, let's play our wall first. And then play Abzan Battle Priest. And we're going to end our turn there. We have a lot of Abzan Battle Priests. I mean, I feel like maybe I should start going on the offensive because our opponent, sure, they're going to get a dragon. Oh, well, it does have fire breathing. I was going to say, but we can outrace that, but we really can't when the dragon has fire breathing. So, yeah, what we need is our Falconer or our Netcaster Spider. We need to hold out for those. Okay, well now he has a freaking fire-breathing dragon in play anyway. Okay, Merrick Nightblade, you're not doing me a whole lot of good here, buddy. Okay, so we're just going to cash in this Horizon Canopy. Okay, so I can give a few things lifelink. Ugh, stupid dragons. Gonna play Timberland Guide. Put a counter. Let's put a counter here. Then I'm gonna play Timberland Guide. And I'm gonna put a counter here. I think I'm just gonna attack with both of these things now. I could tap down the Dragon Egg, but that doesn't really seem worth it. We want to gain some life here to make it so we're not in as much trouble in this race. All right, our opponent's just going to take it, which takes us all the way back up to 20, which I am very happy about. And then we'll end our turn. I would outlast, but we don't really have the time to do that. Okay, so our opponent can pump this guy up to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's still not as scary as Duskdale Worm. And yeah, I think I will tap down the Whelp because it can hit me harder right now than the Baloth can. So, bring the thunder from that Baloth. Wouldn't mind adding Death Touch, but it's not really that relevant right now, honestly. We're just going to take 5. We could like chump with a Timberland Guide, but it doesn't really seem worth it. Hello, Hero's Bane. You're going to be pretty great here. Okay, so yeah, we're going to attack with our 2 guys with lifelink again. Yeah, I figured that would happen. We're getting so much life now that it doesn't really matter. Matters some. Yeah, we'll play our Hero's Bane. We'll have lifelink as a 4/4 already. And if we don't draw something next turn, we can pump mana into it to make it even bigger. These Blinding Mages are really trying anyway to help us turn the corner here. So tap this Giant Worm, and then tap down one of these flyers. Right, they're just going to end their turn. Interesting. Okay. So we can make this all the way up to an 8/8 right now. So my opponent's blocking of it is not going to go super well for them. I guess they can block it with like their dragon, but I'm going to gain so much life that probably doesn't matter. They did make it so attacking isn't as good because they let the 5-power guy back, unfortunately. I could tap him down and just swing with everything, I guess. But everything's really not that much. So, I do think I'm going to do that, though, now that I'm looking at things. We're going to tap this guy down. That allows me to attack with this, this, and this without really being worried about anything. And also while gaining a ton of life. So we'll see what they can do about it. This is my kind of game 1, man. It's been going on for a while. One point we had like no life. Yeah, so they can... That's interesting that's how they decided to block. They may have a way to just kill my guy right here. Oh, I don't need to actually tap that much mana. Because I'm smart. Does he have a kill spell in response? Doesn't look like it. And those guys are both going to die. He can kill this by fire breathing. But he loses his token, which is one of his threats. And we still gain a ton of life. So maybe we do want our Serra Ascendant, huh? Yeah. I'm going to play this land, and I'm going to outlast this guy. And we're going to end our turn. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. I'm alright with that. Yeah, I'll tap down big guy here. Now we have to tap down the Death Touch guy, but you know, that's okay. So Guess I could have tapped on both of them. I still can. That's probably just going to be better. I don't really want to risk losing him, I guess. Yeah, we don't have anything else to do with our mana, so we're just going to gain some more life. And we're also going to outlast this guy. We have so much life, we don't really need to leave back blockers, but we still have them. So, I mean, Duskdale Worm's going to be able to hit us here if it wants to. But we're at 59, so not super concerned. Yeah, we got there. It was a slow grind, which, again, is what I love in limited formats, but we did get there. We did not pick up the card that hates on those flyers, unfortunately. No, we have no Nature's Claims. Yeah, I mean, in that game, this thing would have been a monster, but I don't know how often that's going to happen. We do have 4 Abzan Battle Priests, so you could maybe say reasonably often, but it's hard to know. Well, for a second I thought it was like a guaranteed mulligan. It's not really. I think I keep it. It's not great, but it's not terrible. It's definitely kind of hand where, like, you know, we have to go forest and rot farm, you know. Opponent's going to gain some life. And having to go forest and rot farm is definitely annoying. I could think about just playing Timberland Guide. If I draw Plains, I probably will just go Timberland Guide, Chronicler of Heroes, which is a pretty nice way to do things. Oh yeah, I gained some extra life from that fountain. We did not. So instead, I think since our opponent's doing the same thing, we're just going to play our bounce land. Doesn't mean we have to discard something, of course. Unfortunately, it's probably just this Praise Vengeance, which is like probably the worst card in our deck. So next turn, I'd probably just play Timberland Guide. Yeah, they're going to try to ramp into some stuff. We did... Ooh, well. Hello there. We're going to play Lotus Cobra. Play a land. Get some mana. We are going to use its ability. Let's get... Doesn't really matter right now. Let's just get green. We can use it to get white mana next turn, though. You're closer to being able to punch through that overgrown battlement, I guess. So let's put the counter on you. And I'll end the turn. All right, Mr. Basilisk. Okay, so we're going to play land. I'm kind of leaning towards... Stalwart Aven. I can play the Aven and another Timberland Guide. And I would put the counter on the Aven. So I think that is what I'm going to do. Or we could just play Hero's Bane, I guess. Let's just play Hero's Bane. It's not really something my opponent wants to have to deal with. Hunt the Weak. Okay. Fine. If that's what you want to do. I wish we had Hunt the Weak. It would obviously be pretty good in our deck. Opponent's going to gain a bunch of life off those Radiant Fountains. I'm just going to take 4. Okay, well, we don't have the land for white mana anymore, which is not something I thought about. That's not so good that I sort of overlooked that. So that's not good, because what I really want to do is play Stalwart Haven. But instead, I think we're playing Wall of Roots. Another Timberland Guide. We're going to pump up Lotus Cobra so that it can attack through this wall. We do have plenty of white mana in our deck, so we'll draw it someday. Yeah, we just take 4. We just take 4 here. We can start trading Timberland Guides at one point or another, but I'm not there yet to the point where I just want to throw creatures away. Jump blocking is something you should avoid unless you're dead in a lot of scenarios. Ooh, I think they're about to play the big worm, and this time we do not have a way of tapping him down. We don't have white mana anyway, so ouch. Well, not looking great. My poor hero's bane. Well, basically all we can do is suspend this. And we got to draw one of our tappy guys as quickly as possible, or we're dead, basically. All right, so I think Wall of Roots is going to block that, and we'll take 6. What we need is to start gaining life, which our Battle Priest would definitely help us with. But we're so far behind this time that gaining life isn't as likely to help us. Ouch. We did draw. I think it's a turn too late. I think we're just done here. Yeah. All right. Yeah, if we could have just drawn a land there, we could have at least played our mage. But by the time we play it next turn, sure, we'll still be alive, but we're dead after that. So our deck's lack of removal is not awesome. I guess guard duty is not terrible against somebody who's playing freaking monsters like that. So I think I am actually going to bring in guard duty for praise, whatever. Because those 7/7 tramplers are scary, and if we can lock them down, it gives us time to start finding our sort of, various +1/+1 counter things that make it so our opponent just can't beat us, or to find one of our 3 blinding mages. We will play first. Good hand. This is a good hand. What it comes down to is, do I want to play Topin Freeblade first, or do I want to play Lotus Cobra first? I could hold on to this Evolving Wilds for landfall purposes, and right now I think that's not a bad plan. So I think we play turn 2 Freeblade. Most likely we get in with it. Our opponent has not had really fast starts. And then next turn we can play the Cobra and start playing that silly game of a bunch of extra mana lying around. That's why holding on to Evolving Wilds is nice, because I can play it and then play Evolving Wilds in the same turn and have 2 more mana, which is obviously kind of messed up. But that's what Lotus Cobra does. Now we have a Rot farm too, so we can really gain a bunch of mana. But for now, we're just going to play Freeblade. Our opponent did have Draconic Roar in that first game, and that was quite obnoxious for us. So that's worth keeping in mind. Oh, they're just suspending a Baloth? Is that all they got? Ooh. Well then. All right, so we're going to attack. I probably should have done my Yeah, I don't know. Probably should have done this first. Yeah. Then we're going to play Evolving Wilds. We're going to add green, let's say. We're going to sack our Evolving Wilds. We're going to grab a... We already have our black, so plains, extra plains seems pretty good right now. And we're going to use that to add green. And then we're going to play Timberland Guide. I think we're going to put the counter also on the Free Blade, which is why I should have done it first, by the way. That's what I meant when I said I should have done that first. I would have gotten in for 1 more damage. So our opponent's stuck on 1 mana. They're dead in like 2 turns. So not so good for them. No, they have their 2nd mana now. But it is only a Wall of Roots. I should play Guard Duty on it. That'd be so good. Okay. I'm going to tap those 3. I'm going to play Golgari Rot Farm. We are going to use Lotus Cobra's ability. We're going to add green. I'm going to turn that to my hand. Play Abzan Battle Priest. This does mean we're getting in for less damage thanks to his annoying Wall of Roots. And we'll end our turn. So Guard Duty's not bad on the Baloth, at least. Okay. Is it worth it to just attack with the Battle Priest? I think it is, since our opponent is reeling, basically. So we're just going to attack with everything instead of outlasting here. Because that means we get in for 6, drop our opponent to 9. We're going to play, I guess we can play a land, get the mana, and play Netcaster Spider and end our turn. This is one of the upsides of having a deck with almost all creatures, is you're going to draw them a lot more often than your opponent. So in situations where your opponent's like, man, I need a creature, you're going to hit them before they do in most situations when you have 1 non-creature spell in your whole deck, you know? Sultai Flare, okay. That is, in fact, obnoxious. Okay, well, so if we attack with everything here, we would get in for like 5, which probably isn't worth it. So I think instead I'm just going to attack with the Free Blade and outlast my Battle Priest. All right, yeah, so they go down. And we'll just start our turn there. We don't need to show our opponent that the things in our hand don't actually do anything. So that's coming into play next turn, yeah. Mannequin. That's basically just a really bad blocker. It does ramp our opponent, which could be relevant, but it's not right this second. Can our opponent stabilize is the question. This is annoying. I have to attack with my Battle Priest, I feel like, which will lose me the lifelink. But I guess that's okay. He can gain life, by the way. Like if he trades, yeah, he's gonna gain 4 life too, which will leave him at 5 exactly, and we'll go up to 40, which is pretty nice. So the Baloth is coming down next. We will use that, the Lotus Cobra's ability, that is, and then we're going to suspend our friend here. So what we really need is one of our blinding mages. Otherwise, it's going to be hard. Or our Abzan Falconer, who's been like completely AWOL, unfortunately. We do have a ton of life, so we can wait a while to find something. We have guard duty to lock down something especially scary. All right, so Tuco Shaman comes down and draws us a card. Oh yes. I'm sorry for calling you AWOL. I think we just win now because we go Falconer. That's flying for you. And then we go Timberland Guide. Give this flying. And we just attack in the air. Oh, yeah. Well, the +1/+1 counter theme has been quite powerful so far. We've gotten to do lots of fun synergistic things, and hopefully we get to continue to do that while also continuing to win. Hello everyone, we are going into the second match of an Iconic Masters draft, and this hand is a keep. It's another one where it's like, come on, why aren't we on the play so we can attack with our Topin Freeblade on turn 3, but it's fine. I mean, being able to play the Freeblade and then put a counter on it with Timberland Guide is sometimes pretty great, because it's harder to block, obviously. My cat agrees with that, apparently. So what are they playing? Kiln Fiend. Okay, that's a little scary. Definitely some disgusting things that Kiln Fiend can do in this format. But we're still going to play... Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh, I have to. That's right, okay. I'm going to play the Freeblade. I forgot that it doesn't have the option to add colorless. It's been a while since I've played with a Horizon Canopy. So our opponent is blue-red spells, most likely blue-red Kiln Fiend, meaning they're going to like play all sorts of spells and jack me up, the unblockable distortion strike shenanigans and so forth. Okay, so we are going to go with this plan where I play Timberland Guide, pump my Freeblade. What we really want is to draw some lands now, though. Attack with my Freeblade. Yeah, becomes a 4/4 with Vigilance, making it quite difficult to block. Blinding Mage can be pretty nice against Kiln Fiend, especially when they have to like cast a sorcery to buff it in the pre-combat main phase. So getting one of them down wouldn't hurt, certainly. All right, Frostlings, way to ruin my life. All right, so they're going to draw a card off of Jesse and Thief. I guess I'd just let that happen, unfortunately. This also isn't going to untap, so we're in trouble. Yeah, we are in trouble. Going to play Blinding Mage. Yeah, being stuck on 2 lands is not what we wanted. If we could go land Abzan Falconer, land Abzan Battle Priest, that could probably pull us out of this. Just because that would, you know, flying and lifelink added to that Freeblade is pretty great. It would make it hard for our opponent to erase us. I'm just going to take it all again. Opponent gets to draw another card off of their stupid Jesse and Thief. Kiln Fiend number 2. Ugh. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to attack with Topin Freeblade. We should just cash our Horizon Canopy in right now. You know? All right. Double Kiln Fiend is not really what I'm looking forward to. But we're going to leave mana up so we can use Blinding Mage. Tap down something at least. Probably one of the Kiln Fiends. I can block the Thief pretty well. Elusive Spellfist. God. Yeah, this is a good spells deck. That is for sure. We'll have to be tapping down Spellfists going forward. All right, no attacks is nice. A third Kiln Fiend is not. Neither is drawing yet another not land. I think we're pretty much dead, you guys. Our opponent's deck is disgusting, and we can't draw lands. So it's not usually a good combination, you know? What did they just play? They just played that without anything in their graveyard just for all of the triggers. That is pretty hilarious. And makes sense. I mean, you would play a spell that pumped all your creatures and made one of them unblockable. Yeah, we're just dead. We are, in fact, dead. So this time, we need to draw lands. Guard Duty seems pretty good against Kiln Fiend and friends. I think it's going to be better than Praise Vengeance. Didn't see any reason being in Nature's Claim. Jotty Offshoot could be okay. The life it can gain me. But the Caryatid's probably better at blocking those goofy things. Yeah, let's cut a spider for it. 22 creatures and 1 non-creature. This guy's been kind of disappointing. Every time we've drawn him, we haven't been able to play him. We've got plenty of games where we had black mana, but we didn't draw him. Okay. This is another keep. It's another kind of scary one. Like, it's a lot like our last hand. If we do not draw the land we need, we're just, like, screwed, basically. So, you know. Off to a good start so far. We are going to play our Lotus Cobra, which means the land that we draw will produce 4 mana, basically. 2 mana. I can just, like, power out. Ooh, I can just power out my Battle Priest, is what I was going to say. Which isn't a bad thing. Please give me a land. My God, man. What is... What did we do wrong? What did we do to deserve this treatment? All right, so we're going to attack with Lotus Cobra. So if we play a land, we can play Abzan Battle Priest. If we can draw a land, I should say. We can just immediately get into Abzan Battle Priest territory, which would be great. Opponent looks like they might also be stuck on 2 lands, but their deck is undoubtedly better than mine when it's stuck on 2 lands. Oh, man. Okay. This is not cool. Timberland Guide. So, eggs in one basket or pump another Timberland Guide. And let's pump the other Timberland Guide and attack. Drops our opponent to 12. If we go this whole game without drawing a 3rd land again, I'm going to be really sad. I can tell you that. Because we're like 1 land away from powering out a Battle Priest, and then next turn Hero's Bane. Like, and once we do that, we're in amazing shape because of all the life we can gain. So, that would be nice. Opponent is also stuck on 2, like I said, but their deck is Kiln Fiends, you know, so sure, they'd like more mana, but they're not as desperate as we are for more mana, I don't think. I mean, you know, the good news is, even if we get, like, nothing, no land this turn, we can at least play our Blinding Mage, but that's not what we want to be doing. At all, actually. So, wonder what they're thinking about playing here. Thought Scour. If he hits lands here... He didn't, thank you. That Guard Duty would have been kind of nice against Kiln Fiend, but... Blur Flame. Okay, we really need to draw that land so that we can sort of just negate all of this nonsense. I mean, we're going to go to 2 here. So if we draw land, we can gain 5. I guess we're not completely negating anything. Why? Really? And we have to go down to 1 just to play our Blinding Mage. Dear God. That's not fun. Magic. When you make this happen to someone 2 games in a row. Yeah, Distortion Strike. We would have been dead anyway. Well, maybe not quite as dead because of our Battle Priest. That was stupid. We never really got to play Magic in either of those. Oh my God. Do I only have 10 lands in this deck? Look at that. That is nasty. He's trying to send me a message, but like Magic Online's horrible, so I didn't actually see it. But all right, well, we're going to go to the final match and hope things go a little better than they did in match 2. All right, we would like to play first. And we have a Topin Freeblade hand, hard to say no to that. And we also have Abzan Falconer, Battle Priest, Wall of Roots if we need to ramp. If you watched my last match, which I'm guessing you did, we kept 2 land hands and then never drew a land the rest of the game. So let's try to not do that this time. You know, I just need to be a better player and draw better. I don't know why I can't do that. Duress. Thoughtseize. Well, that's annoying. Probably my Freeblade, I would guess. Yeah, that probably makes sense. Our hand's pretty great, honestly, but I want people to play Duress against me because I have 1 non-creature spell, but we don't really want Thoughtseize to be played against us. Nobody does. I think I'd take the Freeblade. Depends what he has, though. If he knows he can play something on turn 2 that can just block the Freeblade, then he did go after Wall of Roots, so he must have some way, some reason he's not concerned about the Freeblade. We drew our 3rd land. That's something we haven't done in 2 games. And it's always worse when you end up in the kind of situation that we ended up in when your opponent also has a good deck, like a great deck. Like our opponent's Kiln Fiend deck was stupid. And we were just like flailing uncontrollably, unable to do anything. So we can get black mana. So that's going to be fun. You're a 3/3 now, my friend. And we're going to play the Falconer, and now you're also a flyer. So next turn, the downside is we may not be able to play anything because our only land is Evolving Wilds, but wow. What's going on here? We are going to be able to play Blinding Mage and Outlast, so that's not too bad. I think I am going to go for the Outlast here. Our opponent could have Wing Shards. If he has Wing Shards, do I want to attack with both creatures? I don't know. I kind of don't want to lose the Falconer even more than I don't want to lose the Freeblade, honestly, since it turns all of our creatures into threats. It's probably Wing Shards. And if it's not Wing Shards, we get in for 3. We Outlast our Falconer. So it also has flying. We're going to play Evolving Wilds, and we're going to play Blinding Mage. I'm just going to crack these wilds now. This wilds, it's plural, I guess, wilds, and we'll get this swamp. Okay, so if our opponent doesn't have like a board sweeper, we're in pretty great shape. Your Duress is useless. All but useless against our deck. Hilarious. We do not fear Duress in our deck. I did have a deck, I think it was a draft I recorded a few weeks ago where all of my my opponent played Duress on me 3 times, I think, in a game, and I had 3 spells in my whole deck, and I always had one when he played it, and it was like, wow, thanks for that. Ooh, I'm stupid. Played into Wing Shards almost for sure. Yeah, I wanted to gain the life there, so I was definitely overly greedy. After I attacked, I immediately thought that was really stupid, but it was too late. So see you later, guys. I really screwed that up. I should have only attacked with my free blade. For sure. We were like on a path to victory there if I only attacked with my free blade, and now the waters are definitely muddied. Okay, well. Okay. All right, so we're going to outlast here. And we're not going to be able to tap anything down this turn, but I think that's okay. I'm going to play Merrick Knifeblade. And in my turn, but God, that was stupid. So stupid. I even recently recorded a Crack-a-Pack where it's like, if your opponent has mana up, just don't play pre-combat things. And then what did I do? Oh. That's bad. So we're going to outlast you. I think I'm just going to outlast both of these guys. Bigger the better. Then I'm going to play another Blinding Mage. See if we can Blinding Mage our ways to victory. It does help with winning. So he can gain some life here, obviously, but... What the hell? That's not good. Oh, it has protection from everything we have in play. It's not what you want to see. So, why? What do we even do? Yeah, he's like, lol. Yeah, that is exactly what he did. Oh. That's a nightmare. We have green cards in our deck, but we don't have any of them right now. Oh, God. Well, we're just going to end our turn. We can't even tap him down because he has protection from white. So I guess maybe I should play my other Battle Priest, because, like, why not? Yeah, okay, you convinced me. Why not? We're going to play our second Battle Priest. Get some double lifelink going here. So, like, if I hadn't screwed up the way I did, I think we would still probably won this game, because we would have hit him for a bunch in the air and be gaining life. I didn't tap down anything. That's a mistake. I feel too helpless to tap anything. Okay. That is not cool, man. We can swing for a lot on the backswing is the upside here. Because we're going to tap down 2 creatures. So, yeah, but we're just going to take 7 to the face. Awesome. So they're going to draw a card. Yeah, they have a sweet life gain deck. We have run into some sweet decks this time around. All right, so we're going to tap you. We're going to tap I guess I'll tap you. I don't want my opponent gaining life. Thank God for a green card. It can also block the angel. It can't block this guy very effectively at this point, but it's probably okay. I think we attack with both of these guys. Opponent doesn't have any good blocks. We gain 8. We could have like Path to Exile or something stupid, but all right. And then I'm going to outlast this guy. And then play Netcaster Spider. We got to keep that Blood Baron from turning into the, like, you know, one-turn kill that he turns into, basically. Our opponent is, of course, gaining a bunch of life, but... yeah, Survival Cache. We're not going to draw the card off of Survival Cache this time, though. So thank God we did enough damage to stop that from happening. So yeah, our spider can block and kill the angel. I'm going to tap you down. I think that's probably it. All right. Oh, don't play something else. Unleash that. You don't need any blockers. No, darn it. Okay, so we will tap down Angel of Mercy. God, I still feel so dumb for attacking when I did, and obviously I should feel dumb. So yeah, our opponent realized now it's better for them to just leave that guy back to block, which is definitely true. We're going to suspend this and end our turn. That's nothing too scary. I'm not going to tap anything right now. I'm just going to say, bring the pain. I don't think you're going to bring any. So, okay, so we're going to tap this angel. And we're going to tap this guy. We're going to get our Nantuko Shaman, which is going to actually be pretty great. I'm going to be really happy if I find a way to put a counter on it, because then it can actually fight with the Blood Baron. We did not find that, though. Okay, I guess we should be outlasting. Kind of forgot about outlasting. I think that's all we're going to outlast this turn. Mind Stone, okay. That is obnoxious. They're going to cash it in immediately. I'm going to go ahead and tap down this lifelink dude. And I'm also going to tap down, yeah, Angel of Mercy. Why not? Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, so we're going to outlast. We're going to outlast. I need to tap black mana. We're going to outlast him as well. And then we're just going to end the turn. Surprised they're not trying to gain life off of Tavern Swindler. Serum powder. Okay. That doesn't really concern me. It does give this guy lifelink until end of turn, which does mean I have to tap him down since all my guys big enough to block him are in fact tapped. Yeah, every Battle Priest, all of them. I just want an Outlast All button. That's what we're looking for here. I'm so annoyed that I let my Abzan Falconer die. And yeah, I'm gonna end my turn. Why did I let my Abzan Falconer die, you guys? What was I thinking? What? He has 2? Are you kidding me? Oh my God, we're screwed. Good Lord. I'm a little confused right now. Why my opponent? Okay. Yeah, that makes a little more sense. That makes more sense. I can double block and kill him, so it doesn't make a ton of sense. Okay. This game is just going to be one of those that goes on forever. Which is nice after our last game where everything that could go wrong went wrong. We just got to try to go wider than our opponent can be. And have guys that are just so big it doesn't matter that he has protection. Which is already where we're getting to, honestly. But he has 2 of these guys now, so we have a ways to go before we're actually there. Blood Baron of this Scopa. Who has 2 copies of those? Bring the Thunder. if you want. Okay, well, we are just going to take that. I don't even know if I should bother tapping guys down at the end of his turn. I'm not going to. 1, 2, 3, 4 battle priests. Outlast. Outlast. So who's gonna run out of cards first right now? He is. Good to know. Good to know. God, this game is one that would definitely be over if I hadn't screwed up so hard. Like I played directly into the Storm card that you can easily, it's so easy to play around. Just attacking with my Free Blade, because otherwise all my creatures would have flying right now. So, you know. That would definitely be better, I think, than what we have going on. Netcaster Spider number 2. Okay, well, Outlast. We're going to run out of time first right now is the problem because we have all these freaking activated abilities. You don't have anything that can attack, okay? Just live with it. I don't either. All right, well, I'm just going to block and kill that thing. Trade away. Let's get you bigger. And play our other Battle Priest. This game is ridiculous. Alright, sure. You're not going to do a whole lot for me right now. I don't really see a reason. I guess I can outlast my brand new guy. I guess I'll do that. But all right, they're definitely going to run out of cards before me now. I can even draw a card off of Horizon Canopy and not be in too much trouble. Because they're going to 12, yeah. Yes, we're going to use that same mana to sacrifice this and draw a card. Ooh, there we go. Big guy who is in fact green. So that actually is a huge card for us. We'll just end our turn. We can just make him bigger and bigger and bigger and just gain so much life that our opponent can't do anything. Flying, we still have 1 Netcaster Spider is the good news. Here's the lesson here, though. Do not be an idiot and not play around. I'm kind of scared to play that, given that this match has a very real chance of going sideways and being won by whoever, this game that is. Whoever, so we'll be able to do this again at the end of our opponent's turn. He does have... No, he doesn't have Death Touch anywhere. So we do. He'll be able to attack next turn and just, like, demolish our opponent's board. So you are a 32-32, my friend. With Death Touch and Lifelink. Yep, that makes sense. Sure. I'm not going to pump him anymore right this second. Yeah. Who's the life gain deck now? Another Seeker of the Way. Hey, we have that other flyer. I kind of forgot about you. Just take it, man. Just take it. Okay. There's not really any sense in me making him bigger at this point. He's just like so big that he's going to end the game anyway. We will play a creature who can block fly. Another creature who can block the creature with flying, though. I mean, I'll probably make him bigger at the end of my opponent's turn, but there's no point in doing it during combat right now. You know, it would be hilarious if he plays Grizzly Spectacle on this and we just get milled the rest of our library. Oh, God. The way our opponent has 2 Blood Barons of Vizkopa, that seems like a real possibility. Okay, what did you just do? Pentarch Ward. Well, the good news is... Who are you playing it on anyway? I can't tell who you're playing it on yet. Student of Ojutai. Sure. He also just drew another card, so now I even feel good about drawing our card off of Chronicler of Heroes. So he doesn't have a flyer who can block, so she's going to become, or he, I don't know, will become Renown. Ooh, and we can just do this now, actually. Protection from green, I mean, it's, you know, great. I still get to gain 265 life, so that is fine with me. Chronicler. All right, we will end our turn there. Gonna play another Timberland Guide and put it on our flyer. I could sighting in Wild's Eyes seems pretty hilarious against stuff like Pentarch Ward, where you just like trample over the small creature even though it has protection from green. But this is really our only creature who gets that out of hand. Serra Angel. It's funny that this is bigger than a Serra Angel right now. Praise Vengeance. Okay. All right. Down to 12 they go. Yeah, I'll just do my turn. Maybe using Praise Vengeance next turn probably makes sense, but my opponent can block, obviously, with their Serra Angel. Oh, you have another flyer. What's your deal, man? Actually, I guess I'm not doing any more damage, so what's the point in attacking? All right. In my turn. flyer again. They're going to run out of cards before we can kill them. So it appears. Actually, I guess I can do this. Do this. And kill them next turn before they run out of cards. He can gain some life, so I guess that's what he's going to try to do, but it won't really matter. I'm at 232, so I can literally just take all of it. Because it's 4, 6, 8, yeah, it's not enough. Ah. They either lose the game or live another turn. They lose the game. God, that took forever, but it was fun. He only has a minute on me in time, too, so it's not like I'm like so far behind in time that we're screwed. So we did see a few enchantments that are a little annoying, but I don't think I want to help my opponent gain life. Arcera Ascendant would have been big enough in a lot of these games. I'm not sure. Maybe it was correct to play it when you have 4 Abzan Battle Priests, you know, but we'll just have to see. I'm interested. Tell me what you think in the comments. I think maybe it would have been worth it. I have a few ways to put +1/+1 counters on him as well. So that's nice. I am pretty proud of being able to defeat a Blood Baron of two Blood Baron of Vizkopas when my deck is heavily white, and when he played it, everything I had in play was either black or white. Thoughtseize. What do you take? I don't know. Lotus Cobra probably, since it can power out some nonsense, like Hero's Bane on like turn 3 in some cases. I'm probably going to play this Wilds on turn 1, though. They went after the Cobra. That makes sense. Now I definitely play the Wilds on turn 1. Child of Night, since our opponent seems to have like 7 Children of Night. I'm guessing that's what he's about to play. No, Secret of the Way. That is a good card. Sacrifice this. I'm going to grab a Forest, because I don't have double green right now. Play Free Blade, and in my turn. I don't want to have to play Nantuko Shaman as just some random dude, but it might be what I have to do. We take 3. Interesting. All right. I think I just play the Swamp here, and I'm in my turn. I could play the Shaman, but I don't have anything to do on turn 4 right now anyway, so I'll just suspend the Shaman on turn 4 and get the card out of it. We're almost equal in time now. That'll change once my board gets filled with stupid stuff, but right now I'm kind of hoping he attacks with his Seeker of the Way and I can use Praise Vengeance to kill it. I don't know if he's going to, though. He might, though. He might. He is. Okay, well, we're going to try to use Praise Vengeance here, then. Hopefully he doesn't have Path to Exile. not look like he does. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to rebound this. Hit them for 5. And yeah, then suspend and 2 go shaman. Opponent is going to draw a card off of their annoying survival cache, but that's okay, I think. We'll draw one off of this next turn. We can also play Hero's Bane next turn, so that is certainly what we want to do. Blood Baron of Vizkopa. Not just Serra Angel, no big deal. We will cast this. Okay. Yeah, I think I just play Hero's Bane here and see if my opponent can do something about it. I can play Netcaster Spider, which can block this, obviously. I can also play Blinding Mage, which can lock it down, obviously. Child of Night, Secret of the Way. It's starting to look like the last game, where the whole board is just filled with things. All right, so we're going to attack with Hero's Bane. Obviously, I can make it an 8/8. I'm not going to do that if he just takes it, though. If he double blocks, he makes me use his ability, which is kind of good for our opponent. He's not going to double block, though. I'm cool with that. All right, so now I'm going to play Blinding Mage. Opponent's going to crack their Evolving Wilds. And then I'm going to play Netcaster Spider and Horizon Canopy, which will probably just cash in for a card next turn. Pretty much equal in time now. Oh man, he's going to make me discard this Plains. It hurts so much. Glad I played that Canopy. Okay, so I'm going to block the Angel with my Spider. I'm just going to take the other guy. Interesting. Okay. All right then. Well, everybody's attacking. We're just going to do the 10. Are we actually? It only costs 4 actually, so I'm just going to pump him. See if he has a kill spell in response. He could have whatchamacallit, the I'm going to play this Wall of Roots. It can block super well. The Wing Shards that we stupidly played into in our last game. Our opponent's in trouble, I think. It's so frustrating that our deck is as good. Oh, that's awesome. It's so frustrating that our deck is like as good as we thought it was, but in game 2, we drew a total. In match 2, we drew a total of 4 lands. So that just ended the game, I think. Yeah, we went 2-1. This deck was definitely a 3-1-able kind of deck, 3-0 kind of deck, but just didn't work out for us. Our opponent in our second match did have a really good deck, but obviously our deck could have put up a fight, and it just didn't. So since everybody voted, both on Twitter and in the comments on these videos, I'm going to do one more week of Iconic Masters drafts, and then we'll move back to Ixalan. Unfortunately, I would keep playing Iconic Masters because it feels like a really fun format. But unfortunately, it's only on Magic Online until the end of next week. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back with more drafts every Monday and Thursday.